Also, and I want you to read the material that goes along with however you're seeing this, because I'm just giving you some of the highlights. There's a million little bullet points in here, but I give you handy humor formulas so that it's almost slam dunk that it's going to be funny and get a laugh. I tell you how to get your audience ready to laugh. This is called the concept, it's a psychological concept called in fun. I think Freud invented this a long time ago. So I show you how to get the audience in fun so that when you do hit the stage, wow, they're already ready to go with you. How to use joke book jokes. How to use jokes you see on Comedy Central legitimately, and how to work them into your presentation. There's all kinds of funny material available to you. More genius techniques on this DVD, and then I'm going to show you how to force a standing ovation. And guess what? The meeting planner and the organizers will love you for doing it. Absolutely guaranteed. All right, so that's DVD 3. Now, DVD 4, Sources and Organization of Material and Storytelling Techniques. This goes for 62 minutes. By the way, the last one, DVD 3, is 76 minutes. Sources and organization material. Well, I show you more practice techniques, and forget about using the mirror. Do not use a mirror to practice. A mirror causes you to fixate on yourself. I would be happier if you went into your child's bedroom and got some dolls and sat them on the couch so that you can practice eye contact. See, it's not about you, it's about making the audience the star. And if you make them the star, they'll make you the star. So forget the stupid mirror, all right? That's old school. I don't know who invented that stupid idea. All about stories. Stories are the lifeblood of a presentation. In fact, you can get hired or you can get raises and promotions based on stories. One time I got hired, one time that I know of, let me say that, I got hired. They didn't even remember my name, but they said, you know, get that guy, I don't remember his name, but told the dog story, all right? Stories are very powerful. They paint pictures in people's minds, and you got to be really good at it. So I got a whole chapter on that so that you can see the techniques of storytelling. You can know how to identify stories. We teach you how to identify stories clear from your past that nobody else would have. The last thing you want to do is go get a speaker storybook and repeat some story that every 2-bit speaker on earth has said already, and they've heard it. Why should they pay you the big bucks if you're telling old stuff out of a book? So I teach you all the techniques on how to identify stories from your own life, even things that happened to you that day, so that they don't sound hokey, and work them into your presentation. People will love it. Then I teach you how to put emotional language into your stories. See, you can tell a story just by telling facts, but if you use certain word choices and inflections and placement in a story, you will move people to action. You'll move them to tears in some case. You'll move them to laughter in other cases. But you must learn how to use the emotional push buttons so that you can really connect with people. And I teach you exact techniques. You know, a lot of people say, well, you have to be born with this. No, you don't. You have to be born with enough money to buy this and get your education. All right? And a lot of people say, well, it's a lot of money. Well, is it a lot of money? How much did you throw away at college on some ancient history class that's never going to make you a nickel? Okay? So this is something for a very low fee. You get 7 years worth of experience and immediate raises in fees. I have techniques to show you how to raise your fee $1,000 just like that, and people won't blink an eye. In fact, they'll hire you more at the higher fee if you know that kind of trick. That's covered in the 5 and 6 DVDs. Okay, so anyway, also on DVD 4 is my transition ideas. See, when I speak, I'm totally against this old style crap about tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them. Again, who thought that up? All right? Because here's the real world. And remember, I work at the highest levels of this. I knock them dead when I speak. If you don't believe me, go to Antion.com and click on Need a Speaker. You'll be able to watch a video of me or segments of me at different live events. I knock them dead when I speak, all right? Because I don't do what the old school says to do. I do what the modern day school says, and even a lot of modern speakers don't even know this stuff. They're still working old school methods. But what I want them to do is I want them thinking, what in the heck is he going to say next? So they're on the edge of their seat watching and sticking with me during the presentation. Because if they think they know where you're going, they can tune out on you. And they don't do that during my presentations. Visit one if you don't believe me. All right, so that's on DVD 4. That's all in here. We also have a seating chart here. It's on this blue piece of paper, glued into the side here, because the way you seat the audience has an enormous effect on your final presentation, the amounts of laughter that you get. I learned this from a brilliant man named Paul Roddy, who did a lot of studies with audience seating. And as you rise up through the ranks, or even if you're the only speaker and you have control of the room, you can seat people so that you get more laughter and interaction. So we teach you all those methods right in this course. Enormously powerful. In fact, I'll tell you how powerful that is. I probably did 500 speeches before I learned this seating technique using some of the same pieces of humor. You know, because if I'm going to different audiences, I can use the same humor. So I know how many different audiences react to a certain piece of humor. When I put this seating method in, some of the same pieces of humor I'd been using for years got triple the laughter. Triple consistently just because of the seating. So you must know about this if you want to get great reactions. And this will work in a boardroom. This will work in a small classroom. Because I know some of you out there might be trainers thinking, well, this is all big keynote stuff. No, it isn't. In fact, if you're a trainer, you got to be with people all day long and sometimes the same people every week. This is more important than ever. If for a keynoter, I can get one keynote going and then do it to different audiences. You got to really get this stuff down so that you'll be the hit of the training industry. And guess what? People will start asking you to do keynotes and giving you a lot more money if you get really good at this. All right? Most trainers just get through the day and that's it. You don't want to be one of those. Okay, so let's jump into DVD 5 and 6. It's in this case, along with a lot of other goodies we throw in. But I'll talk to you about DVD 5 right now and show you what's on it. This is called Speak for Money. It's 71 minutes long. And now we're into the whole thing of the business end of speaking. If you're interested in never making money with this, either part-time or full-time, there's plenty of people work a regular job and they can do conventions on the weekends or they can do other kinds of things in the evenings. They can leave town and go to convention cities as long as it doesn't interfere with their work, or they take a personal day. Would you take a personal day for a $5,000 speech? Probably most of you would. So if you get tired of watching me on tapes 1 through 4, you don't have to finish all of them. Take a break and get sick of watching me on tapes 5 and 6, all right? Because it's about the business end of speaking. So a way to use the system is pop back and forth between the art of speaking, the onstage work, and the business of speaking. All right, DVD 5. And there's loads of bullet points. I want you to read the literature to see all of them. But it teaches you about the 2 major entities that hire speakers. And if you try to get one to hire you and you use the wrong language that belongs with the other one, they're going to know you don't know what you're talking about and you don't have a chance. So you need to learn the language of the different industries. What else is on here? Oh, a simple trick on how title switching makes you a fortune. I can show you how one title quit selling for a topic because of the way the world was, and so I switched the topic and was able to sell the same speech over and over and over again with a different title. So title switching, and teach you the techniques of that. How to package yourself so you look professional on a shoestring budget. I have never had an enormously expensive printing job. I mean, years and years ago, I printed some stuff up and it's still sitting in a warehouse because times change and they change rapidly.